Hey everyone, Nanny Nicole here, and I am getting on this video to share my protocol of what my health journey has been. And before I start that, I just wanted to share a little bit about the beginning of this year, something that I heard. And I believe that every relationship with Jesus is different. Or God, or divine power, however you want to say it. For me, I have a lot of dreams, and I hear a lot of thoughts, and I just hear kind of like a voice in my mind. And one of the things that I felt like I was hearing at the beginning of this year, probably in March or April, as all of this was really kind of coming to a crescendo of the Lyme disease flare-up. And did it really flare up? I've had everything from hair loss to the mast cell activation and just different things like that, which I'll share a little bit more because you might be like, what is mast cell activation? There can be a lot to Lyme disease, especially if you have the neurological Lyme, which is like neuro Lyme, and that is a lot of what I deal with. So back again to March or April, I felt like I was hearing that I needed to release healthy cells into my body that are full of light and life. And since we are all one in Christ, we are one body, that I could ask my friends and family to share their healthy cells with me. And so a lot of us just started on this journey. Many of you have messaged me and said, hey, I'm sending healthy cells your way. And I just want to say thank you so much. It means the world. It means the world to know that there is a community of people around me that love me and are fighting alongside me to see this thing over once and for all. Because as some of you know, back in 2016 on Christmas Day, I had a beautiful encounter with the Lord. I went into heaven, and I can go into more detail about that if you would like. And just message me. I'm pretty much an open book on my story because I believe that our stories are testimonies and hope for people for what they're going through. So as I began to release those healthy cells and speaking life and light into my body, we began to hear from our doctor, Joe Duggar. He is a doctor in Searcy. He started making these suggestions to us about something called LifeWave, to be specific, X39, and their patches. And we're like, okay. And it really started to pique our interest because the language that was being used was like phototherapy, which is light therapy. And it just utilizes what God's already put in your body to make it stronger and to develop endurance and strength and just to really give your body a fighting chance. And for you mamas out there, I don't know if you experienced this, but when I was pregnant with Ty, when I was carrying him in my body, that was the healthiest I have ever been in my life. I, to this day, cannot believe all of the energy and just overall health that I was experiencing, especially on my mama trip to Branson. I just wasn't worn out. I was just like, hey, let's go do this, let's do that, and it was just such a deep spiritual time that I just kept just finding myself being just so full of gratitude for the health that I was receiving, because I know that's not everyone's story. Like, everybody is different. And so every pregnancy is different. I have dear friends that they were sick the whole entire time, and it was just horrible for them. And then others like me that it was the best time of their life. And I'm like, man, if I could just bottle whatever that is and like take it and like, you know, my health would be amazing. Well, what happens is that it's like the DNA of your baby and the DNA of yourself are speaking to each other, and they feed off of one another, and you're actually like benefiting. There's scientific evidence, articles, whatever. You can go out and Google whatever. Because I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. So this is all opinion. This is my story. This is a story of what has happened and worked for me. And so, long story short, like, there is a response in your body to stem cells, and stem cells is where a lot of the vitality and the life comes from. It creates an environment of healthy cells. And so I say that to say that the patches, what they do is it is like a light therapy, but it also like stimulates the stem cells that you have in your body. It stimulates in a good way, because for some people, they understand stimulants. That usually like freaks people out, like me. If I have a stimulant like a steroid, I'm literally running through my house. Like I can't physically stop myself from being overstimulated, and I have to take Benadryl with it. And some of you know that that's what I did earlier this year. I did a steroid treatment, and I had to take Benadryl with it. And so there was this constant panic attack and a calming effect at the same time, constantly. And so I just had to like lay in my bed, dizzy and like miserable, and just try to get through all of that craziness to just better my health as much as I could. And so we're like, you know, let's look into these patches. What do we have to lose? Sometimes like it can be scary to get to that point in your life where you're like, what do I have to lose? But sometimes that can be like the best place to get to, because like your only answer is depending on God and like having God as a pivotal role in your health. And again, he said, release healthy cells that are full of light and life in your body. And that is exactly what this is. This is the LifeWave X39 patch. Now, I tried it. I don't remember exactly. It's probably been a month or a month and a half ago now. And I immediately had to take it off, because for me and others like me that deal with the mast cell activation, something that happens is anything that you're taking to try to like let your body heal itself or do whatever it needs to, if you have not detoxed or cleansed your cells already, then what happens is it's like you're knocking on the door of your cells, and all of the microbes and all of the bacteria and all of the disease that's already plaguing your body is like, okay, here we go. And crazy mast cell activation happens. And for me, what that looks like, because for some people, it can be hypoallergenic or hyperallergenic. For me, I'm hyperallergenic. It causes a lot of like overstimulation and allergic reactions. I get to where I can't talk. I get to where I can't walk. Sometimes I will physically swell. Inflammation just hits. And so Benadryl has been a staple in my life for 16 years. And I'm trying to get to where it is not, because there are different studies out there about Benadryl. And if you get into a bunch of the studies and Google searches and stuff, you can get really overwhelmed. And there's just so much information and misinformation. So I put it on, and almost immediately, probably within 5 to 10 minutes, I could feel my brain begin to backfire on me, cross wires, however you want to say it. And my mom was over, thankfully, helping with Ty and also the little girl that I give care to. And I was like, all of a sudden, I was just frozen here in the kitchen and like a robot, continually going in this motion and saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And Mom's like, are you okay? What do I do? And I said, off. And I just pointed where I had the patch. And so she took it off for me. And so we're like, okay, that probably wasn't the best way to start. And for us, is definitely trial and error. And so did a little bit more research through Dr. Rawls. He is a doctor who he himself has gone through chronic illness, Lyme disease, mast cell activation, all of the things. And he was frustrated with the care that was available to the public. And so he kind of made himself a guinea pig and just started doing all the herbals and all these supplements and different things to find out like what really works. And so I started a detox protocol, and I found everything on Amazon. And I know some of you're dealing with health stuff, and so I wanted to share. I'm not an affiliate of Amazon or anything like that. Like, this is just me sharing because I have compassion for people that are hurting and sick and want a better life quality. So for about a week by itself, I did, this is Organic Super Greens, Ancient Nutrition, and it's alkalizing and detoxing, which is really, really good for people like me that are dealing with a lot of the mast cell activation. It just is very calming and it's cleansing. I also, from Ancient Nutrition, got their liver cleanse. And I only take one of these. It says 2, but everything is very potent for me, so I take one of these. I also have this Garden of Life doctor formulated enzymes organic digest plus, and they're chewable, and I just take one of those. And then this one is interesting, berberine plus with Ceylon cinnamon. And I take this one because on Dr. Rawls' website, I think it's Rawls MD, and I'll try to like share all the links and stuff. And so on his website, he talks about berberine and how it is a partner, if you will, to neurotransmitters. It helps them to work like they need to. And that's a major deal for me because that's a lot of where the cross wiring, backfire, or whatever, however you want to say it, the craziness happens. And so I did that for about a week by itself alongside quercetin and Benadryl. I don't have my bottle of quercetin here, but excuse me, gotta hydrate. And so I did that for about a week, maybe a week and a half, without starting any patches, because I really wanted to get my body to a level of maintenance. And then after that, I introduced my body to the Aeon patches, AEON, And that really like goes after inflammation. I was instantly seeing results, but this time we knew to take Benadryl with it. When I started the X39, previously, I don't know what I was thinking, why I didn't take it with Benadryl, but that's fine. That is in the past. So I was on the Eon patch and continuing the detox protocol for about a week. And we started noticing, my husband and I started noticing that I was kind of plateauing with the Eon. And so we're like, in our experience, as I plateau, I usually start going backwards. And so we're like, the only motion from here is forward. So we started the X39. And X39 is really focused on overall health. And I've got, the sciencey technology videos if you would like to get more information, because I was very skeptical myself, like, and really when you are the boss of your body and and your job is your health, like you get very very knowledgeable of what your body can handle and can't handle. And you also have to make a decision of what you are okay with your body going through. So I started a stair-step process. And that's something that, you can do. If you are considering starting one of the patches, you could wear it for 3 to 6 hours and take it off and then put it on your loved one or a pet, if you have a pet. And they'll get the benefits of it, and that way it's not wasted. And then just work your way up to where you're wearing it for 12 hours. So, and I put it on my, like the base of my neck, kind of where like that knot is on your, like if you feel that knot, it's either below or above that. And there's other locations that you can put the patches, and they give you all the like little brochures and things that you need of information. It's a really great company that provides all the things. And so I am not even 2 weeks into this, and obviously it's working. There's something happening in my body. My body is getting to where it's healing itself. And I am seeing wonderful, wonderful results. Again, everybody is different and everyone will respond differently. For me, it was instant, and I had to stair step my way into a protocol. For others, it could be a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months. Something that they suggest is to give, so depending on what your age is, give as many decades into months. So like if you're 30 years old, give it 3 months, 2 to 3 months to really like take effect. And so like take that into consideration. But yeah, I'm just so thrilled because guys, for the last 7 months, my home, my everything has been my bedroom. And it's been so hard because, when I had it before I went into remission and I had that miraculous encounter and it was healed and all of that, I didn't have Ty, and it was just Corey and I. And so he would go to work, I would lay on the couch or in the bed and wait for him to come home. And then like, I'd get like a big, huge jar of water that would last me the whole day. And I pretty much just laid there, and then he would carry me to the bathroom, and then we would spend time together. Well, now we have a son, and he's the breadwinner of the family, and so he's working, he's taking care of our son, he's helping take care of the little girl that I care for. because they have graciously been through this process with us. My mom has graciously helped as she can, and it's just, so for 7 months, that has been our lives. Sometimes I can talk, and if I do, it's slurred, it's slow. I'll say the wrong thing. Something funny, one day, all I could say was Bob. And Corey, we try to make it light. We try to make it fun and funny, because if not, it's gonna just drive you nuts. And so he's like, if you say Bob to me one more time, and then I'm like, Bob. And so we kind of play around, we try to just have a good time. Laughter is the best medicine. So, there's times like that all I can say is Bob, or try to say the right word and can continually say the wrong word over and over. Or not say any words at all. Some of there was a 1.5 to 2 years that the way that Corey and I communicated was through blinking. He would say blink once for this, blink twice for this. And we got very creative. And I'm so grateful for my marriage, for my family. And so I'm just ready. I am so ready to move from this stage of my life and get into those grand adventures that I know our family has in store, and just really take life by the horns and just go and do and be with friends and be with family. I've got a lot of sushi dates with certain friends, and I'm just excited. I'm really excited. I'm very hopeful. I'm looking forward to continual success and progress in this process. I know that was a lot of information, so I'm going to share different links, and I am an open book. If you have any questions, you can message me, or if you have my number, you can text me. I would say call, but I can't always promise, hey, we'll be able to talk. Just in this process right now, we're getting through this. So, I'm doing really, really good. I'm on my cycle. And usually on my cycle, I'm in the fetal position with the lights off and just waiting for it to get over, because I can't talk, I can't really walk well, and I'm in excruciating pain. I'm on my cycle. I could just start crying, just I wish I could just express the craziness and the pain that people with chronic illness go through, because a lot of the times you really don't look sick, but because it's all internal, and sadly there's, for some people, I'm part of different awareness groups, and a lot of their families are not supportive. They don't understand. They get labeled, and there's shame, so much shame involved. And so that, I have a mission in life, and that is to be as compassionate as I can be, and to kill shame as much as I can. And so if you're dealing with any kind of chronic illness and you have been labeled anything, I am so sorry. Those labels do not define you. Your symptoms do not define you. Your circumstances, your situation does not define you. You are made in the image of God. He is your Father, and He defines you. So don't take to heart like a ducklet just wash off your back. Don't take to heart anything that is said about you. You're beautiful. You matter. And God and I want the best for your life. So I pray that this blesses you, and I thank you for joining me on my journey. And we're seeing victory. My name is Nicole. And that literally means the victory of the people. And so I believe as I'm sharing my story, you get to walk in the same victory that I'm walking in. And as you share your story, I get to walk in the same victory that you're walking in. So let's do this together. Let's get healthy and strong and vibrant and live the lives that God always made us to live, fulfilling the dreams of our hearts and loving well. Bye.
I put my armor on, I'll show you that I